Let's dive into the gritty, restricted American horror story, Wrong Turn. Deep in the mountains, a couple is rock climbing. He scales up effortlessly, leaving his girlfriend trailing behind. Eager to catch up, she slips and takes a tumble. Her safety rope saves her from a fatal fall. Hearing the crash, her boyfriend comes to check on her. Seeing her dangling, he refuses to help her up. Instead, he just tells her to hurry up. He turns and leaves, claiming he'll scout the path ahead. She calls for help, but gets no response. Suddenly, her boyfriend crashes heavily onto the rocks below. A drop of blood splatters across her face. Before she can process what happened, he's pulled off. An unseen force drags him over the cliff edge. Next, her rope is yanked violently upward. Realizing the danger above, she cuts the rope. She plans to use her partner's line to slide down. It's too short though. Exhausted, she falls straight down. Fortunately, the drop wasn't high enough to kill her. Her boyfriend is dead on the ground below. Eerie growls echo from the dark, dense woods. Terrified, she runs toward her car. Just as she nears it, she steps into a trap. A wire snaps tight, accompanied by a scream. She vanishes into the forest shadows. Missing persons cases here are unfortunately common. Over time, a legend about cannibals began to spread. They live secluded in the woods, practicing incest. Their offspring are all born severely deformed. They act and think completely unlike normal humans. Even worse, almost everyone who enters the woods dies. These stories are dismissed as mere local legends. No one has ever proven their authenticity. Meanwhile, Mike is driving to a job interview. Barely onto the main road, he hits traffic. Worried about being late, he panics. He pulls over to stop a large truck driver. He asks about the accident ahead. After a quick chat, he learns the truth. About 5 kilometers ahead, a chemical tanker overturned. Toxic liquid is spilled everywhere across the highway. Seeing it won't be cleared anytime soon, he hesitates. To save time, Mike decides to turn around. He looks for another path through the woods. He tries calling the company to explain the delay. But his phone loses signal in the area. Luckily, he spots a roadside gas station. He decides to get out and borrow a phone. This gas station looks strangely abandoned. Many wrecked cars are parked haphazardly around it. Mike dials, but finds the phone is broken. He asks the old man inside for another way. The old man sings Drunk on Milk. He mumbles that he doesn't know either. Fortunately, Mike finds an old map on the wall. A red line marks a small path through. It should help him cross the woods safely. After memorizing the route, he heads back out. The old man quietly whispers something to him. Sure enough, Mike soon encounters a Y-shaped fork. They turned back the way they came, walking for signal, even if none appeared. They'd exit the woods to find help. The couple stayed to guard the bags. They wanted some private time alone. Hardly gone, they couldn't wait to hook up. Unseen eyes watched them from the trees. Curly and Carly were an engaged couple. Fire nearby caught Curly's sharp eye. Mike guessed someone else was close by. He warned everyone to stay on guard. The glasses guy finished with Little Red. Post-workout hunger hit them hard. They split up to scavenge for snacks. A weird noise pulled the guy away. Little Red waited, but he vanished. She found his shoe by the road. Dread instantly washed over her. A severed ear lay on the dirt. Barbed wire snapped tight around her neck. The rescue team spotted an old cabin. Sigh, white smoke billowed from the chimney. Scraped cars cluttered the yard. Mixed eras made Jessie suspicious. She urged retreat, but Mike dismissed it. Maybe a phone inside would save time. The owner was gone. Quick call possible. Inside, the house reeked of decay. Rotten food covered tables, weapons hung up. Jesse found a bunch of car keys. Curly guided Carly to find the toilet. They stumbled into a cluttered storage room. The mess was strangely eclectic. Toys mixed with modern gadgets everywhere. It clashed with the dilapidated exterior. Mike followed a foul smell to the kitchen. Boiling stew meat bubbled in a pot. Jesse found familiar barbed wire in a corner. Carly screamed at a corpse in the tub. Realization hit them all at once. The resident was definitely a cannibal. They needed to flee immediately. A yellow truck arrived, hauling their car. Mike's confidence evaporated instantly. They split up to hide. Mike and Jesse dove under the bed. The killer tossed Little Red's body down. It landed inches from Mike's face. Terror froze them in silence. He began chopping the body into pieces. Later, they heard the killer snore. Mike signaled for a quiet escape. The old door refused to stay shut. It squeaked loudly with every move. Mike jammed the doorframe spring. His palm bled from the pressure. He held on, refusing to let go. But the killers spotted their hiding spot. They sprinted up the hillside. They circled wide through the junkyard. Stained every car, old and new. Owners clearly became the cannibals' dinner. Cars looked drivable, but keys were gone. A yellow truck drove toward them then. 3 cannibals stood before them. Boss used a crossbow. Brother wielded an axe. Skinny Brother held 2 machetes, the assassin. Mike planned to act as bait, to let the others steal a car. But the boss aimed perfectly. Curly stepped up at the last second, running out to draw their fire. Curly's dodges were surprisingly agile. Arrows missed him, luring them into woods. They opened the door, but a corpse rolled out. Survival mattered more than dignity now. They met Curly at the mountain base. Carly yelled for Curly to run faster. Unaware, he was already hit by an arrow. He fell in a triple kill, collapsing in blood as they spotted the car. An arrow pierced the glass. They fled. Curly was dragged back, tied to the car. Carly refused to leave her fiancé behind. Ignoring her desperate pleas completely, a giant tree trunk blocked their path. Tires sank in mud. They abandoned the car. Carly claimed she had no will to live. Jesse urged her not to waste Curly's death. Surviving was the only way to honor him. Carly's delay cost them time in the forest. They found a tall watchtower eventually. Climbing it offered a better view. Carly screamed, claiming she needed to check inside. She wanted to die alongside Curly, screaming to attract the cannibals' attention. Outside the window lay pure despair. The forest stretched endlessly. Jess found a medkit. It treated Mike's wound. Carly spotted glow sticks. A powered wireless device sat on the table. The radio was glitching slightly. They scanned channels hoping for police help. Instead, they attracted hunters. Cannibals approached the tower with torches. Jess covered the glow sticks with a rag. Hearts pounded when the radio suddenly rang. Police had received their distress call. Unmuted radio volume alerted the cannibals. Cannibals climbed up. Mike grabbed a box. He blocked the entrance, panting heavily. The severed finger cannibal retreated. They sighed in relief. White smoke rose from the tower base. Cannibals burned the wood to cook them. He smashed the window, preferring a broken neck over being roasted alive. Jumping seemed like a viable option. Fighting for life, Mike jumped down first. He missed the branch. Luckily, he saved her. Jess landed safely on the tree below. Branch wrestling caught the cannibal's attention. He loosed an arrow at the branch near Mike, then took out the third cannibal. With his small, agile frame, he scaled the tree in record time. Watching him creep closer, Mike realized waiting wasn't an option anymore. He plotted a stealthy escape through the woods, letting Mike and Jess pass. That nimble cannibal chased them up, splitting Carly cleanly with his machete. From Carly's perspective, he guessed exactly where Mike and the others fled. Hiding was never going to work for Mike. The cannibals were too agile and knew every inch of this terrain. Attacking was better than hiding forever, so he bent a sturdy branch. He aimed to use its snapback force to knock them flat. Noticing Mike's leg wound, Jess volunteered to be the bait instead. Once she was set, she started yelling to draw them in. Soon he emerged behind her, dagger drawn, creeping silently closer. Lying in wait, Mike used the branch to smash him down. Seeing their buddy down, the other two cannibals flew into a rage. Angry as they were, they had to drag the third one back. Mike and Jess hid in the cave while Jess shared her story. She'd just gone through a messy breakup with her boyfriend. She came here to clear her head, joined by 4 friends. Now she was the sole survivor, crushed by overwhelming guilt. They waited till dawn, then kept pushing through the rugged mountains. After hours of walking, they finally spotted a paved road ahead. Just as they moved down, an axe whizzed past them. It nearly took Mike's head clean off. Mike snatched the axe to fight back immediately. But in a second, he was kicked right down the slope. Jesse was grabbed by the second brother and dragged to the lair. Being kicked down the hill turned out to be a lucky break. He waved down a patrol car, frantically explaining the horror. Suddenly, an arrow shot out from the nearby bushes. The new cop was killed instantly by the projectile. Realizing the threat, Mike dove into the woods to hide. He figured the cannibals loved eating fresh meat, including the police car heading back, so he hid underneath it. Then he followed them all the way back to the cabin. Jesse was tied to a small bed when the cop's body arrived. This distraction shifted their focus temporarily. As they carried the heavy cop inside, Mike slipped out from under the car. And once they dealt with the corpse, a massive fire suddenly erupted behind them. Before the cannibals even knew what hit them, Mike rammed the police car into the cabin, sending 2 brothers flying. He also tossed Molotovs, setting other parts of the cabin ablaze. Finally, Mike grabbed a machete for the final fight. While the boss was still confused, Mike stabbed him hard. Then he hoped to turn the boss into an ally. But the boss's health bar was absolutely insane. He grabbed an axe and resumed the fight. Seeing Mike about to be strangled, Jesse finally broke free. She shot the boss in the back of the neck with an arrow. The third brother tried a sneak attack with a stick. Though agile, 2 fists can't beat 4 hands against them. They managed to defeat the cannibals eventually, but because they didn't finish them off, the enemies got back up. Mike grabbed a shotgun in a panic. With only 1 bullet left, he shot the police car's fuel tank, causing a huge explosion. The entire cabin was reduced to ruins. They made it back to the gas station. The old man thought they came for revenge, but Mike just tore down the map. The fat cop never showed up, so another officer stepped in to check things out. He wandered into the burned cabin, totally unaware that someone with an axe was lurking right behind him.